Hey guys, it's me again. Sorry, I'm a bit out of breath because I was running, and I really want to give you my opinion on the Heavyweight World Championship, the WBC Lineal and Ring Magazine Heavyweight World Championship fight that took place about 2 weeks ago, or exactly 2 weeks ago. Okay, and we all were celebrating this. We were all looking forward for the fight between Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder. It was a rematch, a highly anticipated one. And what's coming out since about 3 or 4 days ago is that Tyson Fury's gloves have been tampered with. And some people say it's ridiculous that just from from Deontay Wilder's fanboys who say that, who cannot get over the fact that he was TKO'd in the fight and that he lost, right? He lost his WBC Heavyweight World Championship, and Tyson Fury was crowned not only the Lineal but also the WBC and the Ring Magazine Heavyweight World Champion. So there was a lot of things at play, a lot to lose and a lot to win, as obvious. And what people say, and honestly, I was seeing how crazy Tyson Fury was moving his left hand in both of the fights, but I didn't really pay attention too much to it. I was just wondering why he was using those slappy and sloppy jabs when he was doing something, right? And I noticed that he also sometimes just pushed Deontay Wilder with his left hand, with his left palm, so to speak, in his face, which is not so easy to do if your wraps are really tight and if your gloves are really tight. So in order for you to understand why they call it the glove gate and why maybe everything might turn out to be a big betrayal, and why maybe Wilder gets his O back so that the fight will officially be called a no decision, is what I'm gonna show you right now. Okay, so these are normal amateur training gloves. 14 ounces, but that doesn't mean anything, right? The only difference here is that it's a glove you do not have to lace up, so it's easier for you to get it on yourself. But still, look, what I want to show you is, obviously, because in boxing you are only allowed to hit with your fist, right? So you can punch like this and you can punch like that. That's the only choice you have, right? You are not allowed to hit a back fist. You're not allowed to hit a hammer fist, and you're also not allowed to slap anybody or simply push somebody in the face with the palm of your hand. These tactics are all forbidden in boxing. And normally what you would expect, because of the tightness and the wraps you have on your hand, is that when the hand... See, the left hand, I'm using the left one because it's only the left glove that showed this. And you wrap it really tight, like that, that you simply cannot. Look, that's the most you can move the bag, right? And everything is tight, and my hand is in the bag. So that's the most you can do if your glove is really laced up tight, right? But what we saw in the fight was something completely different. First of all, you have to keep in mind, there's only in the middle of a professional boxing glove a hole where you might see the skin of the hand, right? Just here in this middle area. Not before it and not after it, right? Everything is closed, so you cannot really see what's going on, except for this little hole here in the middle. And what we saw were Tyson's knuckles in this area here. So he did not even have the thumb where the thumb should be, which is this area. Can you see? So normally, if your hand is fully in the glove, you cannot push it down that much, right? Because your thumb is there. But without the thumb, I can easily twist it and bend it around simply how I want to. So, given the fact that you have the hand in the middle of the glove and not at the very front where it should be, right? You can now close the glove, lace up the glove, and what you have then is a range of motion which is like that. And everybody was asking themselves, how is Tyson Fury able to do that? Because the human body does not allow such a high range of motion. And what he was doing was slapping Wilder, pushing him with the palm of his hands like that, and because there is no padding on the knuckles, it's much harder if you get caught with your hand like that. Some people say, well, you might increase the risk of hurting yourself, breaking your own hand. And that is true if you want to punch with your thumb. But if you don't want to punch with your thumb and more with the palm of your hands and your knuckles, which are here in this area, you simply slap one with much more force than you would if you simply had your hand where it's supposed to be. See, you can freely move the bag around like this, right? This is nothing that should be done in a boxing match. We're not doing bare knuckle, guys. We're doing boxing. And for all of those who say, well, the Nevada State Athletic Commission, the WBC, the trainers, the observers, all should have seen this. Well, you don't really know. You don't really know what was happening behind the scenes. But we also know that he didn't only do it in this fight, he did it in the first meeting of them two, and he also did it at the very beginning of his career. But at the very beginning of his career, there was a referee who was a bit smarter than Kenny Bayless 2 weeks ago, and he was really examining the glove before the fight, and he saw, okay, the thumb isn't in the thumb area, there's no knuckles, nothing in here, and he then said, okay, you have to relace the glove, so put it off and put the glove in the right way on again. So it's simply amazing what people do to win, right? I mean, this guy is already the better boxer and he's already 40 pounds bigger, right? And still needs to cheat in order to have an advantage. So what does this tell you about Tyson Fury? He's not only a cheater, he's not only a coward, he's not a real man. He's not a real fighter. And now there are rumors coming out, which are still rumors, but there are rumors coming out that Tyson Fury's A sample was positive with an aromatized version of cocaine. And we all know that Tyson Fury was a cocaine head to begin with. So we have this benzogoline, I think, which is the name of the compound, and that is simply aromatized cocaine. So when cocaine gets aromatized in your liver, it evolves into benzogoline, right? And why is this so important to know? Because we all know cocaine has certain short-time benefits. I mean, cocaine was used in all sports for performance-enhancing reasons, right? Even in tennis, they used cocaine to have more muscle power, to have more endurance, to be able to suffer from pain a bit longer, so that shots maybe, if you convert it or if you go back to boxing, that shots do not hurt you that much. You have more power because you also have more aggression. Everybody knows that cocaine is also there for aggression, but also for muscle power and muscle building purposes. I mean, there are bodybuilders who use cocaine to build more muscle, right? So we have two scandals going on at the same time, and you do not really see anybody of the so-called official media reporting on this. You only find people who are really hardcore boxing fans, especially in America, who mention this. And take a look again at this range of motion. This is not natural, right? And if you get punched with the palm of your hand or even your knuckles, of course this hurts more than getting punched with the padding. And we also saw a former sparring partner of Tyson Fury, mentioning that Tyson Fury's gloves in sparring had no padding whatsoever, whereas his gloves had padding. So it's not only cheating on the highest level, it's not only cheating in a WBC, Ring Magazine, and lineal heavyweight world title fight, which is such a shame for boxing if you really love boxing, and it's my favorite sport. I'm an amateur boxer too, right? So it's a shame. It's really a shame. But doing that to your sparring partners who are there to help you prepare for a fight, who are there to uplift you, who are there to prepare you for your biggest shots in your career, and that's what you're doing to them, you're basically hurting them on purpose. So you're basically going there and saying, okay, if I kill this man, I don't care. The only thing I want to have is my own advantages. And why does he use gloves without any padding in sparring? Because everybody knows that Tyson Fury is pillow-fisted. Given his size, and given that he's such a tall dude, he has pillow fists for a heavyweight. And that's why he needs to cheat with drugs, that's why he needs to do the tampering with the gloves, that's why he needs to remove all the padding in sparring sessions. So it goes on and on and on and on, and you see a mainstream media still praising this motherfucker like he's the best out there. How can you be the best if you're cheating on so many different occasions with so many different things? That's just what I wanted to tell you. And I'm from Germany, so I know what you guys think over there in America. I saw it too. I'm a Wilder fan too. But I actually first thought, okay, it is what it is. Maybe something was wrong with Wilder. Maybe he had some personal issues. But when this came out and reminded me of what I have seen previously from Tyson Fury, I really thought to myself, okay, they are right. And I want to make that statement. I want to have the WBC strip Tyson Fury off his belt. I want the Ring Magazine to strip Tyson Fury off his belt. I want the lineal title to be at least, well, on the line in the next heavyweight fight. Right? In the next heavyweight world championship fight, because you cannot give the lineal title like that to anybody. That's the problem with that. But the Ring Magazine and the WBC, both of them need to be stripped from Tyson Fury and brought back to Deontay Wilder, right? And I want to be it a no decision. So officially this needs to be ruled a no decision, so that we get the O off of Deontay's record, and that this fight needs to be repeated, right? I want all of the commissions to do their homework and not let him go away like they did with Dillian Whyte. Dillian Whyte was juicing, everybody knows that, and what happened was basically we never got to see the B sample. Where's the B sample of Dillian Whyte? And I kind of think that this shit might happen with Tyson Fury too, and that's why I'm so upset, right? So isn't it ironic that the hardest puncher in boxing history, the hardest puncher in the heavyweight history, is the only one of the top guys that's not on juice? Isn't it funny somehow? I think it's so funny, right? So there you have it, guys.